Right, here we go. The level 8-9 boost. Your math series continues with using Formulae to solve problems and rearranging in a bit of proof and that sort of thing. So to start off with, this one is give your answer in exact form. You can use any method you like. It will give about 60 seconds to have a go at this. Make a start on it. Right, some of you will have non-calculator papers to do this question, so therefore you need to be able to do it in a non-calculator way. I would recommend using completing the squares method. So if we write this in completing square form, so we halve that value to get x plus 8 and squared it. Now that will give me the x squared and the 16x, but it'll also give me 8 squared. So what is a good habit to get into is take away the 8 squared and add on the 59, and that gives you the right number to make this equal that, because 8 squared will give you 64, take away 8 squared will give you 0, then add on the 59 gives you 59. So this matches up perfectly with that and always works, makes it nice and easy. You can do it other ways, but that's one way. So that's minus 64 plus 59, so that's going to give you a minus 5 there. Now take the 5 to the other side and we get 5 on there, and then we square root, and remember you get plus or minus the square root of 5, because 5 squared, so if you just say you had u equals to 4 and you had something squared equals that, then you realize that either 2 squared will equal that, or minus 2 squared will equal that. So there's a plus or minus answer comes in here. Okay, so don't forget your plus minus when undoing squares. And then we're going to take away 8 from both sides, so it gives us minus 8 plus or minus square root of 5. So x is minus 8 minus the square root of 5, or x is minus 8 plus the square root of 5. You could use the quadratic formula. You may, if it's on a calculator paper, be able to stick into the calculator, get it straight out as an exact answer. You choose the method that works best for you, but that's the one I quite like to do, and I'll show it different because anybody can put it straight into the quadratic formula. That's not too difficult as long as you know the formula at level 8 and 9, whereas this is a bit more interesting way and possibly more powerful. Now there's another one exactly the same. I'm going to leave that blank for you to have a go at. I'll put some answers in later. Okay, or you can do if you go back up, you can see I'll put in a link to the MyMaths for this topic. Right, let's move down to 1 here, and this is giving your answer to 2DP. I'll give you 60 seconds to do that. Right, here we go. We need our calculator for working to 2 decimal places. So this one we definitely will use the quadratic formula. And I seem to have lost my question. If I highlight, there we go. If you write on it, just a bug that comes into this occasionally. Right, so, and I didn't have 3, there we go. So, we put this into the quadratic formula. X equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we know that a equals 3, and we know that b equals 8, and c equals minus 2. So x equals minus 8 plus or minus square root of 8 squared, which is 64, minus 4 times 3 times minus 2 from the c, all over 2a, so that's 2 times 3. So we grab our calculator, put that in. So let's do, put the fraction in, and on the top we'll do minus 8, and we'll do the plus square root of 64 minus 4 times 3 times negative 2, and then on the bottom, there we go, got on the bottom, we want 2 times 3, press equals, and it gives you the third answer. Press this SD button, gives you the decimal answer. So what was that? That was 0.23. 0.23 to 2 decimal places. And if you go back, and delete that and put a minus in, press equals, and then we can get the other answer, which is minus 2.896, which will be 2.90 when we round to 2 decimal places. So minus 2.90. So again, I've got another one that you can practice. I'll leave that blank. But this one's got a cubic. Now, actually no, I'll let you have a go at this because this is different. So let's just, it shouldn't take any longer. So I'll give you 60 seconds to do this because the third solution is quite easy if you know what you're doing. Okay, oh sorry, the question disappeared again. It's being problematic. Okay, here we go, got it back. I hope you were able to do this question. If you wrote it down quickly enough. So you get 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 6x. Well, straight away you've got a common factor of x. And we take out that common factor of x, and that means x could equal 0. So either x equals 0 or 4x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Now bear in mind I said 2 decimal places. I'm going to assume this doesn't factorise, and I'm just going to put it into my quadratic formula again. What I'm going to probably do is just clear that because I think it'll be quicker. Type it. So we've got minus b. Now b is minus 5, so minus 5 is 5, plus the square root of b squared, minus 5 squared is 25, minus 4 times a, which is 4, times c, which is minus 6. Wait, let's just put the times minus 6 in there. And then on the bottom, we've got 2 times a, which is 4. Press equals, and it comes out to be 2, so it did factorise. So x equals 2. That means there'll be another nice answer when we go back. And we put a minus in there and then press equals, minus 3/4. So that will be minus 0.75. I suppose the 2 decimal places I ought to put 2.00 in there and 0.00 for accuracy's sake. Okay, now for what range of C does this have 2 solutions? It's not going to take long if you know what to do, so I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it, and you'll either get it or you won't. See if you can get to this. Sorry about that. Took a bit long. Okay, so what we got here is if you want to have 2 solutions, then in the quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's what gives us our solutions. This is the bit which decides how many. If that is greater than 0, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, that'll give us 2 solutions. So put the b in, so you get 10 squared minus 4 times a, 4 times 5, times c is greater than 0. So we get 100 minus 20c is greater than 0. So therefore 100 is greater than 20c, taking the c to the other side by adding 20c to both sides. And then we get 5 is greater than c. So c is less than 5. Right, we're going to do a bit of rearranging now. This will take a little bit longer. I'll see if you can knock it off in 60 seconds. The trick is you must factorise at some point in this question. Off you go. Right. Okay, so what we do is first of all get rid of the fraction. So we've got c times by 5 plus 6d on the left hand side. So we times by this on this side and times it by the other side as well. And that gives us 9d minus 4. Now we want to multiply out the brackets. Because what we want to do is get all the d bits together to make it the subject. So we need to get all the d bits, we've got to get that c and that d together, because we've got to get rid of these brackets first before we can bring these two together. let's get all the d bits together. So I'm going to put that on this side and the 4 on the other side. So I'm going to do 5c minus 4, not minus 4, add 4, because I've got minus 4 there already. So I add 4 to this side. I'm going to take away 6d from this side, so that will leave me just this on the left side. So I now need to take away 6d from this side. I've already added the 4. So I've just written that wrong again. That's going to be minus 6d. Okay. Now I've got all the d's on one side. I can factorise. So 5c plus 4 equals d, close open brackets, 9 minus 6c. And now I can get the d on its own by dividing by 9 minus 6c. So I get 5c plus 4 over 9 minus 6c equals d. So that is my answer. I've got another one here. You can try later at your own pace. Try this one now. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. This should be a quick one. So let's look at that one. So what we're going to do is, I think the best thing, always work from the outside in. Divide by 7 first, so you get m over 7 equals the square root of n, and then square. So if you square this side, on the top you'll get m squared, on the bottom you'll get 7 squared, which is 49. And that leaves you n. So m squared over 49. Nice, straightforward. Another one just for you to have a go at. And the reason why I didn't have a go at this one was because it's just like that one before. So, and also I don't want to take too long on this video. So have a go. This is another 30-second one. Right, so let's do that one. And remember, work from the outside in. We've got the m. Let's just get rid of the half by timesing by 2 first. So we get 2k equals mn squared. And then divide by the n squared, we get 2k over n squared equals m. There we go. Right, something a bit more interesting. So what you've got to do is fill in all these blanks using this triangle here to help you. And then you're going to try and prove that this is equal to 1. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to have a go at doing that. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave this stream early, so I'll just go through this question early. Okay, sorry about that, not giving you probably enough time. And I'll do the last section, which I was going to do, this one. I'll do that in my first one from next week. Next week, because it's half term here, I'll be doing one every day at 4 o'clock for the 6 to 7 and 4:30 for the 8 to 9s each day. So we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so you get A over C. Cos is B over C, because adjacent over hypotenuse. So if you square that, we get A squared over C squared, and square that, we get B squared over C squared. So we add these together, sine squared plus cos squared, so we're going to add that and that. Well, it's got the same denominators, so I just get A squared plus B squared over the top, and I get C squared in the bottom. But by Pythagoras, okay, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So the top is just equal to C squared. So therefore, sine squared equals C squared over C squared. Sine squared plus cos squared. X will equal C squared over C squared, which is just equal to 1. Right, that'll do for today. As I said, I'll add in this next week. Hope you found that useful. Thank you. Bye.